For thousands of years, bread was a staple of human survival. Today, commercial bread is widely considered a metabolic hazard that spikes blood sugar and inflames the gut. So, what changed? It wasn't the wheat, it was the time. Modern bread is made in 90 minutes using isolated baker's yeast. Ancient bread took 24 to 48 hours and relied on a wild ecosystem of bacteria. Today we look at the biochemistry of sourdough and why the time it takes to bake bread completely alters its molecular structure. Commercial bread uses a single strain of yeast whose only job is to eat sugar and burp carbon dioxide to make the dough rise quickly. Sourdough does not use commercial yeast. It uses a starter, a symbiotic culture of wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria, specifically strains of lactobacillus. When you mix flour and water, you are creating a microscopic battlefield. The wild yeast produces the gas for the rise, but the lactic acid bacteria do the heavy metabolic lifting. They begin to literally pre-digest the flour before it ever enters your mouth. The most famous protein in wheat is gluten. For many, it is difficult to digest. During the long 24-hour fermentation process of real sourdough, the environment becomes highly acidic. This drop in pH activates specific enzymes in the flour called proteases. These enzymes act like chemical scissors, chopping the long, complex, rubbery gluten proteins into smaller, easily digestible amino acids and peptides. Clinical studies show that a proper, slow-fermented sourdough can degrade the gluten content by up to 90%. This makes it significantly easier for the human digestive tract to process compared to supermarket bread. In our previous deep dives, we discussed phytic acid, the anti-nutrient in grains that steals minerals like zinc and iron. The lactic acid bacteria in sourdough produce an enzyme called phytase. Over a 24-hour fermentation period, phytase systematically breaks down the phytic acid wall. By the time the bread goes into the oven, the mineral vault has been unlocked. Sourdough bread is significantly more bioavailable than standard whole wheat bread. You actually absorb the vitamins and minerals you are eating. Finally, we look at blood sugar. White bread is notorious for spiking glucose. Sourdough behaves differently. During fermentation, the bacteria produce organic acids, specifically lactic acid and acetic acid. When you eat the bread, these acids slow down the rate at which your stomach empties into your small intestine. Furthermore, the lactic acid physically interacts with the starch molecules, making them harder for your own amylase enzymes to break down. The result? The glucose trickles into your bloodstream slowly, resulting in a significantly lower glycemic index and a flatter insulin curve. Sourdough is not a flavor profile, it is a biological process. By outsourcing the hardest parts of digestion to a colony of bacteria, humans transformed a hard-to-digest grass seed into a bioavailable, metabolically stable superfood.